Nigeria. Huh? Me? Yeah, you. Well, I plan to get rich. Okay. I plan to succeed through the chaos. You feel me? Hey! Pillow talking on 100,000. Moonwalking over mountains, that's 400 ounces. When I was younger, I prayed for this power. I just wish they would've told me this don't come with flowers. Never lived in public housing. Mama always found a way to keep us grounded. Love you, mama. Nanny died, my family got divided. My uncle lost his mind, that nigga never found it. In a generation of validation, where niggas always on vacation from they mama basement. These bitches turned these niggas to an occupation. If pussy was running to them, these niggas still a chasing. My auntie said back in the day, all that snitching was dangerous. These days, once you glorified, it makes you famous. But I can't fall into the matrix. Nowadays, doing features get you caught up in cases. It's a fact. It's a fact. I mean, I played this shit nice enough, long enough. You know what it is? There's a lot of niggas who feel like they can't cheer for a nigga cause they had nothing to do with the success. And I understand. I understand. You hate it.
Every word true. That's really happening right now.
Now watch this shit, you bitch ass nigga, you. I'm in $1 million meetings now. Niggas think I'm changing cause I ain't bring them. Facts. Understand. You ever seen $100 million? Nigga, me neither.
Me neither.
So how the fuck could you tell me to play my situation like you would when you ain't never been in it? If you know all the answers, why you ain't did it or ain't winning? You niggas with opinions need to go apply to be critics. I mean, look at academics. That nigga rich is most of you niggas that's out here killing. The rap game got fucked up when street niggas realized rappers was making more money than drug dealers. I'm somewhere out in Kona off tequila and Corona. I came a long way from throwing parties in Pomona. I still double back on all my exes just to show them they could be living like my baby mama if they focus, nigga. Pay attention. Why you always wanna wait till it's too late to do great? Damn, son, where'd you find this? I mean, think about it. I told you how this shit was gonna look. I told you. Perfect.
Who said the
About 3 of you niggas who got deals because of me.
Who said perfect?
Perfect. Perfect. Get out of line and I'ma let it be known, nigga.
It sounded like the video game was on. Perfect.
Perfect.
Whoopsie. Man, this time I know, Landon. This is episode 128. All right, let me get my headphone volume out.
Damn, make some noise for that, man. Congratulations.
Right, man, congratulations.
Most people don't make it past episode 28.
You ain't lying.
Right.
It's all about
congratulations, man.
and
Congratulations.
You know what else is consistent? Me sending you DMs.
Oh shit!
to come to the show. I'm like, Symba's got to be up here.
You know what's crazy, bro? I was just filming something in the Bay last week, and I ran into my auntie on my dad's side, and she was like, "I've been DMing you all month, and you ain't respond." And I opened my phone and I just showed her the DMs, and I was like, "You really expect me to find it through all this?" So it's like.
I tried to time the shit.
We don't see everything sometimes.
Yeah, I'm like, he posted a story, send it now.
But you know, with consistency, somehow we always meet up.
Absolutely. Now, see the I'm watching the math episode.
Yeah.
Right.
Shout out to Math Hoffa.
My expert opinion, not unpopular.
Yeah.
And I seen you were like you're reaching out to make this happen. I was reaching out to make this happen. And I'm grateful, you know what I'm saying? Because I respect my peers. Yeah. I respect what Math Hoffa's doing. He's got an amazing podcast. That podcast with you is I think that's like one of them that I just had to watch throughout. It was amazing. Man. But you're an artist.
That was a crazy night.
I heard you talking about it.
It was a crazy night. Yeah. That was a real crazy night.
It had you in the mood, but we were able to get out of the mood.
He just caught me in a time to where it was like I just had gotten into a confrontation. We was in the car, just all fired up. I just had did a show, and like he just had caught me in the middle of all of that.
Still,
and he just captured it all. So shout out to Matt.
Dope ass episode right there.
Yeah.
dope ass artist. I don't want to call you a rapper.
Thank you.
I'd rather call you an artist. I believe you're the you really understand it. You're talking about the content, the music, just like your fellow guy over there in Vallejo, larussell. Y'all guys got it figured out.
Shout out
You know
larussell.
what I'm saying?
No, we don't.
I think you do.
We don't.
Well, you know what?
I think-
Maybe you don't have it figured out all the way yet.
I think when you think you have it figured out, you failed.
That's when you fucked up.
He's gonna drop gems here.
I
too,
think
like
when
he-
you think,
get
I
ready.
mean, come on, that's what we're here for, right? That's what we're here for. We in Miami. This is one of the most beautiful places on earth.
Hello.
We ain't come here just to be here. We came here to drop gems.
Hello.
So we gonna be here. Let's talk.
Yeah, hell yeah.
You know what I mean? Nobody
Hell
has
yeah.
it. Nobody has it figured out. I think we figure it out as we go, and we unlock different levels, and we become different people and different characters and different variations of ourselves. Nobody has it figured out. Like right now,
I agree with you. There's a quote that I live by, Mark Twain. The two most important days of your life are the day you are born and the day you find out why. My twist on it is I think you find out why a bunch of different times.
definitely.
You know what I mean? Because your why is, right now when I'm in my 20s, my why might have been, being rich.
Exactly.
Now my why is being a good husband, a good father.
Father.
You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
So like it keeps changing. You know what I mean?
You grow.
Right now in this very moment, my why is to have the fucking dopest podcast in the world.
Come
you know
on,
what I'm saying?
man.
We got
Come
Symba
on.
in the building.
Come on.
Can we get the motherfucking noises,
Come on, man.
Orlando? You know what I'm saying?
Come on now.
You know what? I'm gonna start it off. Yo, shout out to my guy Chris Novocaine in the building.
Chris.
Yeah.
Hello.
You know what I'm saying? How you
Chris
feeling
look
today?
like he been getting in trouble all week.
And it's catching up.
You look like you been getting in trouble all
I'm
week.
on a run. I ain't even gonna lie to you.
What's
It's Rolling
going
Loud
on,
weekend.
Chris?
You said what?
It's Rolling Loud weekend.
That's one thing, but outside of that, outside of the chaos that came to Miami, Miami has its own chaos that's just constantly here. It's a prevalent thing. It's like Vegas. There's always something going on, always going on, always somewhere for you to be at, always trouble for you to find.
Yeah.
So avoiding that, once you get to this level of activity and productivity,
Oh, so you're
gotta navigate.
I see what he's going
you're
through.
trying to be everywhere at once.
You're fighting temptation.
in a numerous way.
You're fighting temptation. Let's talk about it. Is it the Spanish ones?
Oh yeah, I mean that's a given.
Is it the Dominican ones?
When you this close to the Caribbean, this is damn near the Caribbean. Okay, like Florida is as close as you can get without leaving the United States. If you ain't got a passport, come to Miami. You ain't
Yes,
been to
sir.
DR, you ain't been to Puerto Rico, you ain't been to Jamaica, Bahamas, or any of those places.
Come to
Miami.
Yeah.
Skyami, as some people call it.
Yes, sir. We turn Miami, Skyami.
Yeah, there's a lot of trouble over here. Now, something that I completely agreed with you on.
Yeah.
LeBron James is the GOAT.
1,000%.
It ain't Michael Jordan.
Hey, man, listen.
I'm just saying
I'm
I'm on
not
the
doing
same
this
page.
shit again. Now, what I've learned is Mike has implemented certain things into the game that players today still,
Absolutely.
you know what I mean, are effective by doing. So it's like we can't really take that away, and we all still wear his shoes.
You said it. He is one of the GOATs.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? Because there's a lot of GOATs.
For sure.
And you can never discount that.
for sure.
I
But
look
if
at
you ask me, LeBron,
the competition.
it's like he could play every position. He could be the coach. He could be the GM. He knows how to call the right play. He knows how to make the right basketball move. Even though people want him to be more selfish at times, he makes the right basketball move.
Absolutely.
Whether the shot goes in or not, he makes the right move. So I think, he scored the most points in NBA history. Is something to say there. When you pass the most, you're not really a scorer, and you score the most points. Like,
Still count.
that's a GOAT.
And it's the competition means a lot.
Definitely.
You know what I mean? Like when even now making music, there's how many songs being uploaded on Spotify a day?
Bro, at this point, I think it's something like 83,000 a day now.
Now when you're making there's 83,000 tracks dropping a
83,000
day.
fucking songs a day on one platform.
insane.
That's just Spotify. We're not talking about YouTube. YouTube uploads 1 billion hours of content a day.
Damn. I didn't even know that.
Like,
So we're
literally.
doing pretty motherfucking good then.
Like, literally.
You're doing pretty
Like, we're
good.
not talking about Apple Music. We're not talking about Google Play. We're not talking about Deezer,
SoundCloud,
SoundCloud, none of these things. We talking about 2 platforms. So it's like you gotta be unique and have something different to be able to cut through all of that minutia.
Right.
It's a lot going on.
And with that being said, with those types of numbers, some people don't understand that having an algorithm actually benefits you.
1,000%.
Because how else are people going to find your shit?
1,000.
Over 1 billion hours of watch time per day. It's only so many hours, minutes in a day.
Yeah.
How are you supposed to catch up to that? Well, hey, put this up to the front because people want to see it.
Yeah, 1,000%.
People complain about the algorithm, but
It's all about working your way in it. Some people don't understand the algorithm.
Right.
So it's like they don't understand, like, okay, I fit over here. You know what I mean? Let me place myself over here. Let me make sure people can find me over here in this way. Because if people want to listen to Pusha T or if they want to listen to Gillie the Kid, eventually they want to be like, okay, what's next?
Right.
You know what I mean? So I want to be the person that's right there that's like, okay, who's Symba?
Yeah.
Is this new guy? He's young. He's you know what I mean? So like understanding that and how to place yourself within that is key. Most people don't understand that part.
I think that's what he was referring to when he was like, y'all boys figured it out. Because I think the top comment I see under your videos, your freestyles, your interviews, instant fan.
Yeah.
Oh, man, I just heard about this young boy. I'm 47 years old, and I'm an instant fan. Like, how does that feel, though? Is it something that it feels earned, or is it something that's like...
No, it's definitely it's definitely earned. I think more than anything, it's like proof of concept.
Okay.
You know what I mean? It's something to let, like I always wanted to be the person to where like a dad could take his son to my show and they enjoy it together. You know what I mean? Right. So for me, I look at myself as I always say, like an incubator. I'm kind of like an incubator between older culture and youthful culture. So for the older guys, I fit the criteria of what they feel like a hip hop artist should look like today. For the younger guys, I'm what they kind of see themselves growing into or trying to understand things as a younger adult that I explain that makes them kind of connect to me.
Bridging that gap for sure.
Yeah. So for me, it's not just all about the music. It's more so just about building an audience as a whole. So whether I get them through my interviews or I get them through my music or I get them through whatever it may be, it's just more so connecting with an audience to where no matter what, I can always have something to share with them. Right. Rather than having to depend on, you know, not just my label or a brand or somebody to bring me awareness. Right. I kind of got my own audience that I could share with.
Damn. And as far as getting to this level and having all these new opportunities and offers, you got something that you could swing around. Because listen, you could put me on NBA, ESPN. You could put me on this podcast and this show and these people and these people. For sure. I'm good in any hood. Talk to Jimmy Kimmel. You know what I'm saying? So
but that's understanding platform. So, like, I understand, like, okay, I don't make the music that, like, everybody wants to stream, right? Or, like, everybody plays at radio. It's more boutique, right? So where does those fans live? Right. Most of my fans live on video games, NBA, NFL. So why not make songs for 2K or the NBA or different things to bring awareness to myself to where they like, oh shit, who is this? Because they don't know how to necessarily navigate through a Spotify like you just did. You know what I mean? They don't necessarily know how to subscribe to an Apple Music and know how to look up the new music that dropped this Friday and what's number 25 in the world and all this. So it's like, what's something that they pay attention to every day? How could I put my music on those platforms? Yeah,
go where they're at.
Go where they're at.
But it also seems like you're not doing stuff that's off-brand either, because people get caught up in that. It's like I'm going to where the people are at, but my people are at.
Yeah.
You feel me? That's a skill in itself, too.
No,
Is that something that just kind of happened as far as people finding you, or you just already kind of knew where you wanted to go with it? You knew where to be at, so to speak?
I think it took me a minute, but I would say like the last 16 months, I've kind of understood it a lot more, because naturally, like, you kind of want like the perks of the industry. Like, I was just at this school the other day, and this girl was telling me, shout out to She Real. She was telling me, she was like, you know, I see what's on the radio and I see what like the girls is rapping about, and it make me feel like in order for me to be heard, I gotta do that. I used to feel that way. So I used to feel like I need a certain type of beat to be played in the club. But it's like over time you realize like, damn, maybe I'm just not the person that needs to live in the club. You know what I mean? Maybe I'm the person that they drive home to. So it's like, let me create music for that rather than trying to like force them to play me in the club.
Right. Trying to fit the mold, so to speak.
It's just like understanding what people like you for. If people like you for something, like let them like you for that. Like don't run away from it.
Yeah.
It's very rare that people like you for something or let alone want something from you. So if they want something from you, like give it to them.
But that's easy to say from an authentic standpoint. Because if you're not that guy and people want to see what they think you are and now you don't really got it, you're not going to be in such a rush to bring it to the forefront either.
But people still want something from you. You just may not have figured out what they want from you. So like some people be so afraid to fail, they don't provide the time to figure out what people want from them. Because they're trying to like be so perfect in the process. I've been that person. To where like I feel like, oh, my shit gotta sound like this or I gotta be that way. But it's like it wasn't until I was just like, all right, fuck it, I'm gonna just freestyle on Instagram in my 2-bedroom apartment cooking top ramen with a bottle of Bel Air like I'm cool. You know what I'm saying? And then Fabulous repost me.
Oh, tough.
You know what I'm saying? So it's just like them vulnerable moments of trying shit.
That had to be a big moment for you.
Yeah, like I had like 8,000 followers at the time.
Yeah.
So it was like that boosted me to like 29,000 followers. And I'm like, damn, what's my next play? I got to figure out the next way to like get some more followers. So then I'm sitting at the fucking table one day and then I start rapping the Little Baby We Paid. And then Snoop reposted.
Oh, shit.
Then Wallow reposted and Gillie reposted. So then I'm like, oh shit, boom. So now I need to go do something bigger. I go to the LA Leakers.
Come on.
I do the LA Leakers shit. LeBron reposted.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it was like it was no idea that these things would happen. It was just like me just being like, fuck it. Like, let me just try something.
Fire.
You make it work.
So having a basketball background, having that LeBron post,
Yeah.
had to be crazy.
Yeah, that was different. I ain't gonna lie.
That shit had to
That
be
was different.
crazy.
That
I'm
was,
sure you had to send Fab a message though, like, yo, you trying to do a feature or some shit?
No, me and Fab, what's crazy is a lot of people don't know, like, Fab supported me very early.
Okay.
I'm just not the type of person to, like, screenshot my DMs from 2020 and, you know what I mean, and show them type of things. But he supported me very early, like, even when I did, like, when a lemon pepper freestyle, like, 2 years ago when Drake dropped it, Fab was, like, the first one to post it and, like, tell people, like, Symba got the best flow right now. So he's been an early supporter. So with that, it wasn't really shocking to me because I feel like, you know how they say like real recognize real, it's like game recognize game.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like Fab recognized I'm a younger version of him. You know what I mean? He recognized like the traits in me that I kind of got from him. So it's like he's going to repost that. He's going to let people know that because that's a
breath of fresh air.
Yeah, it's like another version of him.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
A notch
So
on him too.
yeah, so it's how we keep the culture going.
Hell yeah. That is who are your inspirations coming up?
Hove, Jada, Fab. What's crazy is a lot of people don't know Joe Budden.
Yo, he's got the same exact list as me.
Keep going. 'Cause You
Yeah.
got a good list.
We're
so far,
4 for
so-
4 right now.
I always say Joe Budden was like the first Drake.
Damn. Whoa.
I said that shit in the episode.
I only heard
48
2 people
times
say
already.
that. You the second, and he the first.
Yeah, he was like the first Drake.
That's crazy.
Joe Budden, Drake, Future,
Future. Okay, so you went 4 for 4. Future ain't in there.
Lil Wayne. Future's actually in my top 5.
Future's dope.
Tough.
Yeah, he's
I just
actually in
always
my
been
top
like
5.
the for me like the spitters. I always
I got a
had
very
that emotion.
controversial top 5.
Is Joe Budden in the top 5?
No.
Okay. So what's the top 5 then?
Number 1 is Hove. Number 2 is Drake.
Okay.
Number 3 is Pac. Number 4 is Wayne.
Okay.
And number 5 is Future.
I don't know how that's controversial.
It's
Okay.
okay. It's
The Drake before Tupac, that's probably what it is.
Huh?
the order.
The Drake before Tupac?
No, I feel like every time I say it, people be like, Nas, Biggie.
Yeah, nah. If you're a Pac fan, naturally, like if you're a real Pac fan, you have to put Biggie a little bit lower.
Yeah.
You have to. You know what I'm saying?
Pac
Because
just
the
has
argument
so
was
much,
too much.
Pac just has so much influence.
Yeah.
I feel like I've never seen a rapper that influential.
I agree.
Like that was like Pac had like grown men like shaving their heads, bro, and rocking Versace shirts, and smoking cigarettes.
Open, yeah.
I'm about to be 38 years old, so I had the cassettes, and I would sit down and I'd get a notepad and I'd write, not even a notepad, the composition notebooks. And I would listen to his lyrics and I'd write them, and all the words were wrong because I didn't know what the words meant. You know what I mean? So I was just sounding it out.
But just think about like how much swag, bro, it take to make a grown ass man shave his head and wear Versace shirts and smoke cigarettes because they want to be like you. It wasn't like kids. He had like 40-year-old prisoners, bro. Yeah. Like shaving their heads, bro. Like that's different. That's different, bro.
He responsible for a lot of thug life tattoos. That's for sure.
Definitely.
And you from that side of the block, so
yeah. Let's talk about it, man.
That's natural. I'm not too surprised at that.
From the West.
You come on, so
somebody that's in my top 5, Nipsey.
Okay.
You don't got a clue on what you want to do. I'm busy getting rich. You think that I'm going to stop for you? I built this on my own and everybody know it's true. Still niggas act like they supposed to have control of what I do. Nigga, that shit kept me rapping for years.
I feel like
it was so many times I wanted to quit. That verse fucking kept me going so many times.
In 2011 was when I really got into Nipsey, and I tried to push everybody on Nipsey.
Yeah.
And all them, I don't think one of the people I tried to push Nipsey on fucked with him. And then as soon as he died, everybody, you remember when you put me on a Nipsey? Yeah, I was fucking with him ever since. No, the fuck you weren't.
That's how the world be.
Cut that shit out. I still got that old phone with all the messages in it. No, the fuck you didn't.
Nip was the first like person to actually like give me a verse.
Oh shit.
Like the first big rapper. And it's crazy because I was with my homie Ferg, Champ. We was in Atlanta. This was like 2012, 2011, A3C Fest. And we ran into Nipsey in Club Compound in Atlanta. I don't even know if that's still open right now. But we ran into him.
What year was this?
It's like 2012, 2011, somewhere around there. And we ran into him, and this is when Burner first dropped Cookie. Like, nobody had cookies but, like, Bay Area people. So we had the cookies out in Atlanta. So we in the club smoking cookies. And Nip walks up to the session. He like, hey, bro, like, what y'all smoking?
You sound like him.
He like, that shit smell like, what y'all smoking? So my homie Ferg fucked with him heavy. And I fucked with Nip heavy. So he was like, bro, we ain't about to sell you no weed. You can come up here and smoke and then we give you some. So he came up, and then him and my homie Ferg started talking. He was like, when y'all get to L.A., hit me. So we got to L.A., we hit him up, and we went through there and we did a song that night, bro. The night we hit him, he was like, pull up to the studio. We pulled up to his studio, did a song that night, and he gave us a book, which was the 22 Immutable Laws of Branding.
Nice.
Damn.
Just dropped that.
So what is that called again? The book?
The book, the 22 Immutable Laws of Branding.
Gonna read that.
We've been getting a nice little list lately.
Yeah.
Nah, Nip was different, bro, because Nip understood the same shit Steve Jobs understood. Like the same shit Kanye understand. Like
that's why he was in the Who Detached Us?
Yeah.
At the end of the track.
Yeah.
He had that whole Steve Jobs.
Yeah,
speech.
he understood like just innovation. You know what I mean? Like the first time like we seen somebody pull their phone out and scan a barcode was in Nipsey Hussle's virtual store. He was doing that shit in 2015, bro.
Right.
The $100
like
album.
before anybody was doing this shit, he was doing it. And, you know, people looked at him like, oh, this a gangbanger coming up, or this is that. But that nigga was a genius. He was a real fucking genius, and I hate that his time got cut short like that.
That was the worst
Bro,
death for me.
I hate that shit
It was
because
Tupac.
he had so much. If I'm not mistaken, I could be wrong. But I think, I don't want to even say this. I'm going to say it, but I could be wrong. So if I'm wrong, correct me in the comments. I think Nipsey has something to do with Resort World in Las Vegas.
I know he did definitely have
or it was one of them hotels or something that they was building in Vegas.
He spoke on it.
Yeah, he had something going on in one of them hotels that recently just opened up.
What he say about to crack the pavement? Nah, Nipsey is he was definitely working on something. I don't know if exactly what it was. I just do recall listening to his tracks, and he's somebody like yourself, where when you listen to him, you know that he's not fabricating shit.
Nah,
you know what I mean.
He was 100% himself.
Yeah, it's
100% himself.
He's talking about being in the board meetings, about to crack the pavement.
For sure.
I think it was in Vegas.
For sure.
So you might be right. I don't know exactly what the
it was
location
one of them
called.
hotels. I might be wrong, but it was one of them, bro. He played a big part in that. Like,
That death crushed me.
Bro, it
Because
crushed everybody.
you're talking about somebody that
It crushed everybody.
a lot of people, got upset about the nobody cared about him, or nobody should be listening to him after he died if you ain't listening to him before. And I'm like, nah, this you know what I mean? As a fan of him the entire time, I'm like, nah, that's perfect, because this is the type of music people should have been listening to all along. You hear the message? He went from his entire marathon to having the victory lap, and after the victory lap he passes. Bro. And not to shade Cardi B, right? But when Cardi won Album of the Year over Nipsey, I was devastated. I'm like, what's going on? How did Nipsey not? Because that was like my first moment. And the story is how I met Kris.
Yeah.
I bought a car from him.
Oh, wow.
My first Benz that I bought.
Wow.
Off the street, straight,
And
random.
Damn.
12 hours trying to get this Benz. You know what I mean? Because credit was extra low.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
At the time.
And the ride around, when we were doing the test drive, I was like, the only way I know if I want to buy this car is if I could play my music. Could I play my music?
Yeah.
And it was Nipsey Hussle that I had to play.
You got the
What
right
song?
sales
What song
man.
did you play?
Hustle and Motivate.
And the way that come on.
Pull up and motivate. I got a show today.
With the,
And I was like, I got to get this one. And then I took a picture with it. This is all while he's still alive. I took a picture in the car. I had on a tracksuit, Nike tracksuit, and I put the Victory Lap logo on the corner of it, like if it was an album cover.
Yeah.
That's how I revealed that I bought my first Benz. So like Nipsey, when Nipsey passed, that shit hit me so hard, but it was also something that I feel like a lot of people needed to listen to music like his. And one of the things I did want to tell you coming up here is I feel like your music resembles that. That's why I'm sending these DMs for over a year. Like, yo, he's got to come up here immediately.
Nah, it's influenced by Nip, for sure. 1,000% Nip, Meek, Hove. It's definitely influenced by them. It's definitely like to give people that understanding the growth outside of the neighborhoods that we grow up in. You know what I mean? It's like we ain't all just gotta be what they label us as. You know what I mean? We can be business owners and CEOs and entrepreneurs and executives. And, Hove taught us that. Nip taught us that. Meek taught us that. Those was our examples, and I'm somebody that's just like a product of them.
Oh, yeah.
So I appreciate that, because that's definitely one person I look up to and I kind of model myself after.
Dope. You're also inspired by your mother.
Yeah, it's my dog.
Yeah, the fact that she gave you game. You're able to observe throughout life what she was doing. You spoke as your parents being hustlers, like in the business world, real estate and whatnot. You were talking about her restaurant that she had, and she understood how to operate that way.
Yeah.
And then the dope shit is now, because like I didn't have that example from my parents, but now that I'm there, right? Because Nipsey is one of those people that I listened to that I was like, damn, I gotta get into business. And I started getting into business, and I started living my life that way, and that's how all this shit came together, is from having a business to be able to fund this.
That's what's up.
And now I have a son.
What's his name?
Miguel. He's junior.
How old is he?
Yeah. So and
how old is he?
He's 15 months.
Man, congratulations,
and
bro.
Everything I'm doing is the same way that you're doing 704 Entertainment.
Man.
You know what I mean? Everything I'm doing is to build it for him. This chain, this bracelet, I keep adding to it. I've never been a jewelry type of guy.
Yeah.
I'm only getting jewelry because I know the value of gold doesn't decrease.
Yeah.
So I'm getting this jewelry and stuff. Everything I'm doing,
the whole
is
thing
set up for him.
The whole thing with that process that I'm starting to learn is like, it's like a process within like learning the the whole thing, right? Because it's like nobody tells you, okay, this is the right way it goes, or like this is how you do it. So it's like that's naturally the goal. It's like, okay, I want to start a business and I want to make this for my son so I can make sure everything is straight. And then through going through that, you start learning like, damn, okay, I got to set up business credit. I got to do all these different things. But nobody teaches us these things. So you kind of end up spending money until you learn like, okay, I got to start figuring out how to get this shit right. Yeah. So part of starting that thing for him is learning how to fuck up.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? So don't be afraid to fuck up. Because I be fucking up every day. But the more I fuck up, I be like, okay, this is why I'm fucking up. So let me kind of sharpen up in this area right here.
The failures are lessons.
Yeah.
You know, so it's definitely, a lot of people are afraid to fail. I always embraced it.
Exactly.
It's like the storm that comes. You can't appreciate the sunshine until the storm is there. You know what I mean? Once that passes, you look into the sun, you're like, it feels good.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? As I was riding back after I stopped over there in Wynwood when I was driving back, I went through a big-ass storm. I'm like, damn, it's another day of rain.
Man, y'all be having a lot of storms out here.
Man.
That be the one thing, like, every time I'm out here, I be like, damn, this shit beautiful. I really could live out here. Then it just start raining out of nowhere.
Yeah.
Like, it's just 20 minutes. You'll be all right.
Yeah.
It's going to blow right over.
That's crazy.
It's that Caribbean weather, man.
Yeah.
That's what it is.
And then, like, she found out the traffic could get a little crazy sometimes. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, traffic out of pocket.
Yeah.
Y'all traffic out here be looking like Africa traffic. I ain't gonna lie, it be like scattered. Like it don't even be just like marginalized. It just be like people just crossing in and out and shit.
Nah, earlier when I was riding over there, like my car moves kind of fast. You know what I mean? I'm in the express lane, I'm riding.
Yeah.
And it's clear. It goes over a little hill.
Trouble.
And every car is backed up. So I gotta hit the brake. I barely made it, no lie.
Yeah, it's
But
different.
all the cars behind me didn't make it. I just look in the rear view. It's like, pff, pff. And I'm like, damn, was that my fault? I looked at my neck. Like, was that my fault? I'm like, my bad. You know, everybody's trying to race with me. Shit, I'm not losing. You know what I'm saying? I like winning my races too. But I think it's really dope that you have an example from your parents. You learn game from them.
Definitely.
And there you are, laying the foundation for your son.
For sure.
You know what I mean? That's super dope. It's inspirational. Yeah. I feel like that is needed in the industry. For sure. Instead of, people, I got the new switches, you know what I mean? And everybody's pulling up in the videos with their guns and shit like that. That to me, it's like, again, being, almost 38 years old, looking at the world and like, man, we need more of that.
But it's Nipsey like, bro, if you think about it, it's literally something that's like, not taught, like I said, not taught in our community. So if you look at like Kraft cheese, like that's Robert Kraft shit. Like the McDonald's family, like fucking Ford, Henry Ford. Like these are like generations of families who fucked up in the beginning, but they had the right concept. So it's like my grandma had the right concept. She passed it down to my mom. My mom took it further than my grandma, right? My mom got to a certain point, she passed it down to me or my little brother. We take it to the next level. We have kids, they take it to the next level. At some point, it gets to a level to where our name has value because we continue to make it successful. You know what I mean? We didn't give up on our last name. Like Damon Dash always say, don't hustle for your first name, hustle for your last name. And that's what other ethnicities do. For some reason, people of color, we very divisive to where the minute we get something, it's kind of like we got to hog it because it's so hard to get it. Yeah. But if we're going to hog it, at least open up doors for family members, for them to open up doors for family and friends as well so we could take it further than where it is.
Oh, yeah. Man.
Yeah.
Just gems. I knew this was going to be an interview full of gems. But it's shitty that it's so you were talking about how you don't want the casa, you want the
I'm on this Julio.
All right, cool.
I'm on the Julio.
It's shitty. Jones. It's shitty that it's not advertised as much when it comes to real hip hop. And you were speaking on that platforms such as these is where you could really get the music across.
Yeah.
So, like that, to me, I was like, that's a different concept because, you know, Spotify, Apple Music, all these YouTube gives me the opportunity to listen to the hip hop artists where I fall in love with that. But you're like, rap music is dead.
Yeah. I think it's more so of like understanding like where your audience lives, right? So for me, I understand most of my music is going to make people think. Most women who's getting dressed aren't trying to think. Most women who's getting drunk aren't trying to think, right? So it's like I can't be worried about trying to make something for them to think about. That's not what I do. Make something for when they want to think. So when they on their way to work, right, I make songs like Can't Win for Nothing, right? When they on their way to, you know, the gym or whatever it may be, I got songs like Outrageous or Sacrifices. It's understanding like where your fan base lives and who they are. And you can't like rush it or force it. Some people want to like skip the line and like skip the process. And you can in certain circumstances. But for the most part, it's like you can't pay people to like you. You can't like force people to like something. If I don't do something that people like, why am I trying to force them to like me? Right. Let me go take my shit to the people that like it.
Absolutely.
And
everybody
I can make
has their own fan
Yeah,
base.
like find your thing. It don't necessarily just gotta be like forcing yourself in somebody else's lane.
I think that's the thing, is being able to be 100% you.
Yeah.
And then being comfortable in that and pushing it out there.
Yeah.
A lot of people are afraid to be themselves, like you mentioned earlier, like you're trying to figure out, should I sound like this or should I sound like that? But once you sound 100% you, your actual fan base comes out. There's, in America alone, we got 350 plus million.
For sure.
So you mean to tell me, because we all heard music that we look at and we're like, that is trash.
For sure.
But that trash music still has 1 million listens.
Still got somebody
You know?
that is cool too.
Yeah.
Still got somebody that is cool too. So it's like you just said, it's 300 people in America, but we ain't even talked about the other 7 billion people that's on the planet.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So shit, you may not be for America. Your shit may connect in Indonesia somewhere.
Go crazy.
You know what I mean? And like, nigga, go take your shit over there.
Tap
Go
dancing
vibe over
on
there.
fire.
Like, yeah, like take it. Don't just limit yourself to your location. Don't feel like you can't be bigger than your location. It's going wherever shit makes sense for you to go. That's how I see it.
Hell yeah. And you have that. And there are the artists that do have that. I feel like it's a West Coast. I'm not trying to hate on anybody
No,
else.
it's not
but I
even.
love
Bro,
the
I'm
West Coast
gonna tell you some real shit. In the beginning, where I'm from, the West Coast, they did not fuck with me.
I believe it.
Like where I'm from, did not fuck with me, bro. Like I'm being 1,000% honest.
Is it that
with you.
hometown thing?
It wasn't even a hometown thing. I don't sound like that.
Yeah.
I don't sound like I'm from the Bay Area.
Last time that I checked. You know what I'm saying?
But that's not even a Bay Area song.
Yeah.
That's a West Coast song.
Okay, yeah.
You know what I mean? That's something that's
You talking about like
regional.
the E40 type?
Not even just E40. There's a certain tempo. There's a certain
Slang
bounce.
to
There's
it.
a certain vernacular
Funk to
that
it.
comes with it. You know what I mean? I never sounded like that. I always gravitated to shit that was like larger than life. You know what I mean? My favorite fucking Jay-Z album is The Blueprint.
Okay, that's a good one.
You know what I mean? Like I grew up on that shit. So it was like I grew up on supreme, top-notch shit. I like the best of shit.
Yeah.
I'm riding around to Killer Mike today because that's the best of shit. Regardless of how people feel about him right now, that Gunna album kind of hard.
Yes, it is. Yes,
I like the best of shit.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I'm not judging the person. I'm judging the art piece or judging what's in front of me. So it's like, knowing that, I'm always looking for like, okay, how do I be better? You know what I mean? How do I make the best song? How do I make the best hook? How do I make the best verse? And by knowing that, sometimes it could be a gift and a curse, because sometimes it can make you stagnant to where like you're not really doing nothing, and then you start feeling like you got to kind of hurry up and you start doing a bunch of nothing. So imagine like an NBA player that go to the gym and just shoot half-court shots all day. It's like, nigga, you ain't going to shoot that shot in the game.
Unless you're Steph Curry.
even Steph ain't shooting half-court shots all day.
Not all day, you right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, so it's like understanding, okay, where do I get the best look to make the shot? What beat gives me the best look to get the bucket? It's kind of how I look at it. So each day when I'm like waking up or I go to the studio, I figure, okay, I sound best on these beats. Or most people gravitate to Top G. Why do people like Top G? Oh, shit, it gives people motivation. Why does it give people motivation? Oh, because of such and such and such. Okay, boom, let me find things that feel like that. Let me find beats that feel like that. Let me write raps that feel like that. And you'll continue to build out.
Top G, you pulled them in. With the
Top
shit.
G, I was mad.
No, you pulled them in with that shit talk, though.
Yeah.
But what you mean mad? I know I caught you mid-sip, bro. Yeah, I mean that.
I was on a vacation, top of the year in Hawaii, and me and one of my friends was arguing. And it was like, I felt like just as a friend, he had me fucked up.
Which happens.
You know what I mean? Like, just like, I felt like shit. Like, all the shit I do and like everything we done been through together. Like,
where's this coming from?
Yeah.
Is this the Joyner Lucas Rotimi feel?
Exactly.
Yeah.
The broski shit.
Yeah.
Exactly. So it was like, damn, I was in the studio and I was just thinking about it and I was like, damn, people are so pressed to want you to live the way that they want you to live to please them when they're not considering the actual life you live. It's like you want me to wrap my whole life around pleasing your opinion as a person. Right. Who's to say this is right for me? And I was thinking about this shit and I was just like, damn, this is some like entitled ass shit. This is some like selfish ass shit. And like most people go through these things, right? Even on both sides. Even the person who may feel that way still feels like the person I'm explaining in Top G from the other side of it. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? Yeah. So it was like, how do I explain that from both perspectives? So the best way to do it for me was to like leave an open canvas to where it's like no questions is being answered. So I'm asking like, nigga, I'm in $1 million meetings now. You ever seen $100 million? All right, nigga, me neither. Yeah. So how the fuck could you tell me to play my situation like you would when you ain't never been in it? So if you know all the answers, why you ain't did it? I ain't winning.
Bars.
You niggas with opinions need to go apply to be critics, because at least if you right or wrong, you can get paid for this shit through YouTube. Don't sit up here and try to argue with me about some shit that I'm doing and you scared to go attempt to try.
Yeah, you should do this.
You know what I'm saying? So at least nigga go pick up a camera and put your opinion on YouTube and make it valuable.
I mean, look at academics. You know what I'm saying?
That nigga rich is most of you niggas that's out here killing. Yeah. The rap game got fucked up when street niggas realized rappers was making more money than drug dealers.
These bars start
it's
to
real
sound
shit.
Like an interview.
That's why y'all need to listen to Symba. That's what I'm trying to tell you. There's messages in the music.
You can't just tell people that because everybody don't feel like Symba, bro. Everybody don't agree with the shit I say. There's gonna be a lot of comments who see this shit and be like, I don't agree with them because of that's their opinion, and that's fine. Everybody's entitled to their own shit. I didn't grow up like them. They didn't grow up like me. This is my perspective on life. Nobody can tell me I'm right or wrong. This is how I feel as a fucking person. So anytime I do an interview or I make a song, I'm expressing how I feel as a person. This is not the right answer. This is not the wrong answer. This is just how I feel. Somebody else feels the same way. The person that I may be talking about, he has a perspective that may be right to him. But to me, that shit wrong. That's fine. That don't mean we gotta shoot each other. And just, you know what I mean? Nigga, I don't agree with you. You don't agree with me. Cool. Let's move on.
Right.
Absolutely. And that's what happened when you went to my expert opinion podcast with Math.
No, that was a different situation.
But you were talking about how the disagreement, it'll be fine. Like, we'll talk later.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? We'll be good. We had a disagreement. We're friends. We'll be fine.
Cause the shit don't be over nothing, bro. Like, don't get me wrong, bro. I understand people who, you know, grow up and have an older brother that was killed or a best friend that was killed and they want revenge. I don't know what that feels like to want that revenge because I'm not that type of person, so I can't judge them. My thing be more so like, damn, my nigga, if a nigga fucked your girl or stepped on your shoe or like stole your car, it's like, bro, it ain't worth killing a nigga.
Word.
You know what I'm saying? It ain't worth just going to just risk your life forever, bro, and going to jail forever because a nigga fucked your girl. It's not that serious, bro. Niggas, girls get fucked every day.
Yeah.
It's not that fucking serious. You're not the only nigga who girl got fucked.
Plus,
you
you
know
gotta be mad at the girl.
Even if you that mad at her, it's like, nigga, leave.
Yeah, that ain't fair.
Like, go find another girl. It's 7 billion people on the fucking planet. It's not that serious to go put your hands on her or go kill this nigga and then you gotta go sit down for life and then you just another fucking statistic. This shit makes no fucking sense. So my thing just be like, what the fuck is niggas really fighting for? Like, what is it all over? Like, if it ain't somebody come in here and shoot my mama or shoot my brother, I'm gonna want to do something, bro.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna be willing to go sit down for that. But it's like, my nigga, somebody come in here and oh, I fucked your girl. Hey, champ, you got it.
Right, congratulations.
You got it. It ain't that serious.
I always thought that way, but I don't know. That's most people don't think that way. You know what I mean? Like, I'll never be getting offended about none of that shit. I'm like, oh, okay, cool. You know what I'm saying? I've done it in my past. Yeah. You know what I mean? I definitely had a lot of beef in my past as a kid because I never gave a fuck who was dating who. I'm like, damn, I think she's fire. Yeah. And I'm trying to make a move. I make the move, and somebody's like, that's my bitch. And I'm like, I mean, that was her. Like, you know what I mean? Like, if you want to fight, I'm all for it. Yeah. But it
ain't that serious.
It's not that serious.
But nowadays, I think that I think more people are afraid of social media era. Like, people finding out, yo, I fucked this bitch, because everybody got to go on social media and brag about it. Yeah. And people don't like it. I remember, sorry, I got to do this to you, Danny. But a few, like I don't know, maybe it was like 10 years ago, I got into a fight. Yeah. And I'm all for it. Like,
did you win?
We got jumped.
Oh, shit.
We got jumped by a lot of people. I told my boy 1,000,000 times that they came with a limo bus. There's too many of them. Chill out. He walked in, you know, and then the same dude hit both of us too. Like, pow, pow. Damn. And then when we walked outside, like, I'm ready for it. Like, now it's just whatever happens. If I get jumped, if I get all bloodied up, whatever, it's all good. I know I can handle it. So I'm fighting. He grabs me, and he's like, "Yo, we're gonna end up on World Star." I was like, "I don't give a fuck about no World Star." He's holding my shirt. I ripped my shirt off. I keep fighting. And he's like, yo, I ain't ending up on World Star with you. We need to get the fuck up out of here. And I'm still fighting. But for other opinions, everybody else is worried about how they're going to appear to the masses. Oh, my God, I don't want to end up on World Star. Oh, my God, I don't want to end up that person that got beat up on that viral Instagram video. You know, a lot of people are so afraid of that. They're like, let me just go kill him. And then nobody's going to have a bad opinion about me. And then they'll actually make a rap song. Nowadays, they'll make a rap song. I just smoke my ops. Yeah. You know what I mean?
That's the crazy part. That's the crazy part about today. But it's like I said, go back to just us accepting growth, bro. And understanding, like, we got to be a better example for these kids. You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, I come from a generation where it was like, all right, if somebody hit you, you hit them back. Boom. You hit the nigga back. All right, now if you hit that nigga back, his parents taught them somebody hit you, you kill him. So if I hit him back and he was taught to kill me, who's wrong?
Damn.
So at the end of the day, it's like it's no correct answer for this shit. It's just like we gotta understand it's like we all belong to each other. We all a family. So at some point, a conversation could be had to fix all this shit. I just seen a video today on fucking Instagram. It was a kid trying to break into some grown man house. And then the grown man came out the house with a fucking big ass assault rifle. And the kid pulled out a handgun. And he was like, little bro, it don't gotta be like this. He's like, it don't gotta be like this. Like, put your gun down, I'm gonna put mine down, let's talk. I ain't gonna call the police on you or nothing. And the kid, like, you could tell he was nervous because he was like, damn, if I put my gun down, he might shoot me. But he trusted him. And he put the gun down, and then OG put his gun down, and they sat down and started talking.
Oh, that's fire.
That takes a lot.
Was it a troll? Was it like
nah? It was a ring. It was some ring footage.
Damn.
That dude who the OG chose to put up.
We need people like that.
But that's like very rare.
Very rare.
That something like that happens. So when shit like that happens, you don't see that on fucking Shade Room. You don't see that on Baller Alert. You don't see all of us posting that. You see us posting when Whoop-de-Whoop got smoked and somebody made a song about it and we in the club singing Get It Back in Blood.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it's like, true. At some point, we all got to take accountability for the shit that we play a part in and not just blame the people that's playing a part in it.
Are you afraid of your son
fucking right
getting into the hip-hop industry?
Fucking right. I don't think he will, though. I don't think he will. I think my son,
business track.
I don't think he will. Because I think my son, the more that I'm watching him, and I hate to use this term because it's going to sound kind of like crazy, but my son not entertained by nigga shit.
If
that makes sense.
Yeah, it does. I exactly know what you're saying.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't want to sound like that person, but it's like he not entertained by like...
How old is he?
He's 3.
Okay.
But there's certain kids I watch to where it's like they get on YouTube and they doing like certain dances and like certain shit.
Adult shit. Too.
Yeah, and my son just be
cursing
like...
and doing this.
Nigga, we're the mini force. You know what I'm saying? Like, he want what he want. So it's like the more I'm watching him, I'm like, okay, he kind of in his own little space of like, okay, this is what I like to do. Like, I want to go to the store and I want this water gun.
It's good.
I don't want just the biggest water gun. I want this one because this the color I like, or this the dinosaur I like. Like, he very like attentive to what he like. It ain't just more so about I seen somebody with this shit, so I want it. So I don't think he gonna be entertained by like rap shit.
And with all the success, are you able to be, I'm sure it's not as much, but are you able to be present in his life as much as you want?
No, I was just talking about this the other day. I was doing this thing with Nick Cannon and I was talking about it. The hardest part about like being in the entertainment space is like all the shit that come with it that you didn't know before you got in it. So it's like the interviews and like being on tour and like doing all these things to prolong your career takes a lot of time away from him. Yeah. So it's like I'm not able to like do the like the shit every dad does, like as far as like just taking them to school every day or going to the park or going to do this, because it's like I'm out here. You know what I mean? I'm doing interviews. When I leave here, I'm going to Atlanta for a week. When I leave Atlanta, I'm going to Miami for a week, which means I won't probably be around him till like the 7th of August. Oof. So that's a lot. Yeah. You know what I mean? So it's like understanding that. It's like, okay, boom. When I do get there, I got 3 days to be with him. Let me at least try to take him to school. Let me try to do these little things. But without fucking like caring for that shit, bro, like you don't pay attention to it.
Yeah, that's tough.
You don't pay attention to it.
It's my obstacle right now. You know,
definitely.
And I know that hit you.
Definitely.
And that's me right now. You know, we had Jim Jones, and Jim Jones shouted you out in the last episode. But I asked him.
That's my dog.
I was like, how do you juggle it?
Jim, the only nigga I pulled up on the studio at 4 a.m. in his hood, and I wasn't terrified. Because I knew he had my back. Yeah. Most niggas, I'd be like, I don't know what these niggas on, but Jim had my back. My bad, I ain't mean to cut you off. Go ahead.
Nah. I could see that moment got you emotional. It's important for me because we're just breaking into that.
Yeah.
You know, like now it's like there's, you know, everybody wants to do an interview. And as I'm doing these interviews, I'm like, every time I do it, he's 15 months old.
Yeah.
Like, how the fuck do I
keep up,
live?
See, it's gonna get to a point. It's gonna get to a point for you, right? So when they like 15 months and shit like that, they still kind of like mama's babies because
he's daddy's boy
they
too, though.
no, but they come out of that shit, right? Yeah. So it's like in the beginning they so attached to moms because it's like they in moms for 9 months. They come out, they breastfed, so it's like the scent and everything. They know moms, so then they start trying to explore outside of moms, and the closest thing outside of moms is us.
Yeah.
Right? And then what I start realizing is like, okay, and me and my homie Son was talking about this shit the other day, is like, it's up to us to like slow shit down for them. Because mom's gonna always be there and like nurture them and like baby them and tell them it's gonna be okay. But for us, it's kind of like up to us to slow life down for them, to allow them to be kids and dream enough. You know what I mean? Not force them to where it's like, I remember like, my mama never told me this, but I remember like having friends that parents used to say this shit like, I can't wait till you turn 18. You feel me? Like, you getting the fuck out of my house. It's like, damn, you put me out as a kid. Yeah. Versus other ethnicities, they be married and shit with kids at 30, and then they got a fucking whole savings account and all this shit ready to go by the time they leave the house. But us, it's like we forced to fucking get out at 18. So it's like, that don't slow it down for us. It speeds life up. So you forced to be an adult a lot faster than you supposed to be. So it's like, it's really up to us by doing shit like this, these podcasts and every song I make, or it's times when I want to go home in the studio and I'll be like, damn, let me try to make another song. This might be the song to change his life. It's up to us to understand, like, sacrificing this time is what slows shit down for them to allow them to be kids and dream enough to figure out what it is they really want to do in life.
We had Cassidy up here. And
shout out to the hustler.
That turned into a therapy session.
Oh, yeah.
Like, I didn't know what to expect from having Cassidy because it was probably our first huge name. Yeah. And he said he ended up just literally being a therapist to the both of us. And he said something. He said the father is the sun and the mother is the moon. The mother is the emotion. You know, it's the nurturer. But the father is the sun. It's the energy. You know, he's like, without the sun, if you had the earth and there was no sun, we die off in a day, 2 days.
They not looking for us for that emotional shit. That's what they got mama for.
Yeah. They're looking for us to guide them, to teach them patience.
Like yesterday, my mom was at the crib, right? I be loving when my mom at the crib too, cause she be cooking and shit. She be going crazy. She made these stuffed prawns last night. Them bitches was fire, right? But my mom was at the crib, so every time my mom at the crib, my son just start getting like whiny, cause he knows she gonna defend him, right? So I was testing both of them. They don't even know I was doing the shit. So he walking back and forth, right? So I just, I drill him right in the chest, right? I just sock him right in his fucking chest, right? And my mom jumped like, oh. She's like, why you do that, right? So he like, oh. So he looking for her to do something, right? So she throw the toy at me, right? She throw a toy at me and the toy break. Now the toy breaks, right? He starts crying even more. So
now we get...
fuck the fact that she was defending him. He thought she broke his toy. And that's what he was mad at. So it really made me realize it's like, bro, they be so in the moment, like they don't know no better. Yeah. It's just they going wherever life take them.
They still figuring
They
it
still
out.
pure. Yeah. They still pure. So it's up to us to slow life down for them and let them be fucking pure and figure shit out.
Yeah, that's dope, man. It's dope that you're a father and you could experience that at how old are you?
31.
31?
Yeah.
So it's dope that you could experience this in your music career while you're thriving, while you're doing all these things, and be able to articulate it for people that they're in that battle with that.
For sure.
You know what I'm saying?
For sure.
A lot of people, for a lot of people, they don't understand the significance of it. Yeah. I think that's why most of these children are lost. You know, I speak to a lot of kids, and you know, kids really are still kids at 20 years old, 25 years old, and they don't feel like it. I'm an adult.
Bro, they don't know no better, bro.
You know what I mean? But they don't realize how impactful their parents. Like, I used to be mad at my mom for my dad not being around.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Oh, you're the one that it's your fault because he would have been here if it wasn't for you and him arguing.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But it was his fault.
Yeah.
And the reason they were arguing is because he wasn't there and she wanted him there.
Yeah.
And it wasn't until I was like 25, 26 years old where I was like, damn, I just ended up just like this motherfucker. Doing the same exact shit he did. And once I finally got kicked out of that, I never held anger towards him. It was kind of like, okay, I get it. Not everybody could get to that point where they're like, okay, well, he had his own demons. You know what I mean? The shit that he had to go through. And what matters now is that I make a difference. That I try to, you know, I know for a fact that I'm grateful to have my mother and my father around still. My stepdad was my dad, though.
So you still got your parents around?
Yeah.
Yeah, bro, take advantage of that.
Absolutely.
For sure.
Take advantage of that because the thing is like I used to hate my dad because, so my dad was in prison and then they told me that he was at work. So I thought my dad loved his job more than he loved me, which made me hate getting a job. But I didn't realize this shit until I was a lot older. You know what I'm saying? So everything you saying, I relate to because it was so much shit that I hated about my dad growing up that I didn't have the proper information on why he did that made me rebel against things that was my dad. So like getting a job, being faithful, like all these different things that like anything my dad did, I tried to like rebel against it because I felt like I didn't want to end up like him. When in all actuality, I ended up like him regardless. You know what I mean? So you realize over time, like, damn, I gotta fix these things, but it's like no brochure or like no person to actually help you get that shit right because even your friends dealing with issues, your girl dealing with issues. You know what I mean? So it's like if you don't have those parents in your life to explain to you why they made those decisions, you kind of end up making the same mistakes they made. So if you still got them, bro, talk to him.
Yeah. I tried to. My dad is simple though. You know what I mean? He's the type of dude. He'd be like, Michael, you want to play dominoes? Yeah. You know what I mean? That's it. I could talk to him about deep shit. I talk to him about deep shit, and he's immediately to the, you want to watch baseball? You want to play dominoes? He don't like talking about deep shit. Yeah. But I appreciate that he's there. Yeah. And I know that the way he was raised was different, and the love that he could give me is only the love that he was taught. Sure. So I could only sit there and try to appreciate the conversation I do have with him now so I could take advantage. Like Cassidy said, your dad wasn't there. That's why you're a great dad. Because you want to be there. You want to do something that he wasn't doing. So I'm rebelling against him being a shitty father. Yep. I got to be a great father.
I got to be a great one.
You know what I mean?
For sure.
So it's dope. It's a message that a lot of people need to listen to when you talk about in the music. You know, I wake up, I kiss my son. Yeah. A lot of people don't get that opportunity to do that.
I think it also, there's another side of that a lot of people don't think about. There's countless people that tell me, hey, man, I hated my dad. I had a lot of beef with my dad. I hated my mom. I had a lot of beef with my mom when I was younger. But it's also, okay, maybe that was their mistake at that point. But it's your responsibility as an adult to get reacquainted with your parents as an adult. Okay, so there's something that happened, like, for example, in my own experience, I got to meet my parents as people. Like, growing up, grandma was grandma. I didn't know grandma had a name or any type of history or what her first car was like or, you know, the first time she got married or what the real origin story was until I got older. And I started asking these questions like, damn, okay, Pops, tell me more. And everything kind of starts to make sense. But my point is the responsibility also falls on you as a new adult or young adult to bridge that gap too. You got to put some effort.
I agree with that to a certain extent because there's some parents that's just going to take certain shit to the grave.
True.
And they going to hide certain shit from their child that they don't want them to know. That's a reflection of them. And because of that, you can't 100% trust the shit your parents tell you. So it's like as much as you want to, it's still it's still something to this. And I don't want to be that person to tell people don't trust their parents, because that's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is we all go through shit.
Right.
And we all got things that we put in the closet. And we put things away that truly affect other parts of us. And we don't want to explain that. And if you're not going to explain that, that person that you're not explaining it to can wonder certain things and wonder why things are the way they are. And without those answers, you kind of leading them down a dark tunnel.
Yeah.
So it's like you can be wanting that relationship with your parents and wanting to ask that question, but they still might not tell you.
You're right. But it's important to open up that channel, because this is like, I think it's like a Buddhist mentality or lesson. It's about not carrying other people's grief.
Yeah.
Or not carrying other people's burden. People got their own shit to carry, like our parents. They got
Sure.
their own stuff that forced them to do and make the decisions that they made. But I'm not here to carry that for you, and we do tend to carry that. So by coming to them and letting them know, hey, listen, I'm choosing not to be upset or let this bother me any further. If you want to make your step close, this is me making my step closer.
Yeah.
And I can leave it right there and be peaceful about it.
Yeah.
You know, so maybe you won't get the answer you're looking for. Unfortunately, sometimes you might get
You
an
just
answer.
a good nigga.
100%. Trying. You know, trying. You know?
Nah, I respect that. I respect that for sure.
That's just something that I feel like isn't spoken about enough.
Nah, definitely.
You know?
It definitely plays a part on the child as well. I feel like some children like rebel so much they don't even give their parents a chance. Right. But it goes both ways. I feel like honesty is key, and if you can't be honest, it's gonna always kind of like fall on like defending each other's side.
And you never know where guidance comes from.
Yeah.
You know, like, for instance, the Ja Morant track.
Okay. Shout out to Ja.
And is it being a father that gives you the insight to be able to, like, feel comfortable talking to him?
Nah, it's feeling somewhat of a glimpse of what he goes through. So, I'm a rapper. A lot of people know me. Some may call me a celebrity, right? A lot of people see me as that way, a popular person. Same thing with him. The difference is he's somebody that's a lot more successful. $200 million, top 5 fucking player in the NBA right now.
Crazy.
We're talking about once in a generation of talent, right? I don't know what that's like. I don't think nobody in this room knows what that's like, right? What I do know is the shit I go through with my own people, and that shit is stressful enough. So I can only imagine what it's like being 200 million up and a top 5 player on a platform that's the world's biggest stage today. Yeah. I can only imagine, and even my imagination might not get it right. So to judge him is to be foolish. But to say I understand and to say, bro, I get it. You know what I'm saying? Like, I get certain glimpses of it. Like, I know what it's like, but you got to kind of understand, like, what comes with this is, like, whether you want to be that or not, you a role model. Right. Like, every little boy and girl look up to you, whether you want them to look up to you or not. Nigga, your talent is so fucking good, and you're so great at what you do, regardless of what you want or how you want the media to look at you, they look at you another way. Mm-hmm. And you got a responsibility to protect that. And I was just coming from the perspective of, like, if I was your homie, like, this is what I would say. If we was on the phone together, this is what I would tell you. I'm not going to tell you, oh, bro, don't worry about the media. Woo, they tripping. Nah. I'm going to tell you the truth, bro. This is what it is. Like, this is exactly what it is. I chose to be a rapper, right? I didn't know that with me wanting to be the best rapper and just making great music, kids wanting to be like me came along with it. Mm. Yeah. But guess what? It did. So because I wanted to be that good at rap, I got to accept that shit. And I got to walk in that So therefore, bro, I'm not shooting nobody. I'm not doing nothing to make these kids do some shit to fucking off theyself or send theyself to jail. What kind of example would I be?
But what about, like, a lot of people say, well, I didn't ask for this. I wanted to play ball, but I didn't ask to be a role model.
It don't matter. You chose this.
Right.
Fuck asking for it. You chose it. We choose a lot of shit that we didn't ask for. Right. Nigga, I chose to have a son. I didn't ask for this nigga to stay up to 3 a.m. screaming and can't go to sleep, and you know what I'm saying? And now I'm up all night and my girl stressed the fuck out and all this. I didn't ask for that shit, but I chose to have him. Right. So that's what comes along with it. We don't always get what we ask for. We get what we choose. And what comes along with that is shit we gotta adapt to. Right. Unfortunately, but shit, that's life.
Life. Huh.
Did you start off your music career understanding that concept?
Fuck nah. I was the dumbest nigga in America when I started rapping.
That might be a little harsh. That might be.
No, I swear if I knew what I knew now, I would have been a lawyer. I'd have never did this shit. Because it's all designed to pull from me. Everything I do, somebody pulling from me. No matter what I do, somebody gonna pull from me. It's a booking agent for the show. It's a creative director to do the set. It's a person, it's a publicist that set this up. It's a publisher who did this. It's a person who connected the producer to me to get some type of percentage from it. It's a creative director. It's a stylist. It's a fucking lawyer. It's all these fucking things, bro.
And you could keep going, too.
It's all these fucking things. You could fucking make $100 million. You're probably not even going to see half of it. It's all these things that's just designed to pull from you because you wasn't talented enough to know business. You was talented enough to do music. So the more I figure it out, it's just kind of like, all right, bet. It's cool. It's what I chose to do, but at the same time, I'm a find a way to protect myself within it and flip it on everybody.
Yeah, got to pivot.
It's timing. It's figuring it out. The shit wasn't designed for me to win. I figured out a way to win.
Absolutely.
Hey.
You know?
It's tough. It's tough. Even being in this now, like, I did the podcast because I'm from Buffalo, New York.
Yeah.
And I always mention it. We always speak about it. We always have to speak about it. There's no choice. You know, I got to drop the Griselda bomb. You know what I mean? But
shout out to Griselda.
You know what I mean? Benny the Butcher, Conway the Machine, West Side Gun, and everybody included in it.
Hello.
And I had Conway's brother with me. And I used to do music. And I was like, I want to do music again. And I'm setting up a room, and Conway's brother was with me. We're smoking. I'm like, I should do a podcast. I would love to interview them. I never knew it would get here. I knew it when I did it. I'm like, because I'm a consistent son of a bitch.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I'm persistent. So I'm going to keep going. You know, I'm going to see it through. And, you know, I told them, yo, it's going to happen. We're going to have all the big names up. We're gonna have Symba up here one day. Even though he don't answer my DMs, something's going to happen.
Shout out to Kelson. Kelson lined it up, so it was all good.
And I knew it was going to happen. Shout out Always Busy PR, my team, to make this shit happen too. And now it's to the point where I'm like, damn, people depend on me. So
look, basically what I was saying, right? Everything I was just explaining when I was saying to pull from you, it's not a bad thing. It's the business you chose.
Absolutely.
That's what I was getting ready to go into. So you got to understand, with being the person that starts this podcast, you're responsible for everybody here. The thing is, when you started it, you just wanted to start it because it was some shit you wanted to do. Mm-hmm. You didn't realize the role you played in everybody having to be here. So as you continue to grow, you start learning, damn, okay, it's this, it's this, it's that, it's this, it's that. I got to protect and take care of all these things. So now I got to step my hustle up. For you, you might have to step the set up. You might have to go from 1 episode a week to 2 episodes a week.
Absolutely.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? 2 guests a week to 3 guests a week, whatever it may be. But because you stepped in it, you ain't going back.
No, sir.
You ain't gonna turn around and say, I can't do this. That's some bitch shit.
Yeah.
That's what you chose to do.
There's people that do.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? So
Salute
it's like
to that, by the way.
you feel me? You gon' figure
People
it
don't
out.
understand that shit.
You gon' figure it out. You find a way to make it work. No matter if you the one that gotta get the short end of the stick, because you understand at the end of the day, you're the one that's gonna make the tree grow. So I'll take the short end of the stick right now because I understand where we growing as a tree. Everybody gonna be able to have a branch to go this way and this way, but it all start with the root of what we started. It all start with right here in this building, these microphones. You know what I mean? These people, this producer, this person that press record, this light. It all start right there, and it grows from there. This shit goes from the Paramount building. You know what I'm saying? In 6 months, it all grows. It's just time, and it's understanding that most people don't got the vision to see around the corner. They can only see what's in front of them. And that's why motherfuckers only go as far as what's in front of them.
Yeah, that's why people only get to 28 episodes.
Exactly.
You know, because they're like, oh, I think I did it.
They
You know
can't
what I
see
mean?
around the corner to 128.
Yeah, and it's tough. You know what I mean? Just shout out to you for remembering that. 128.
Yeah.
And it's tough, and you lose along the way.
Oh, you lose a lot.
We're sitting here and we're talking about family, and one thing I definitely wanted to address because it hit me hard. My son was sick. My son is sick, and we had that Charleston White episode on Thursday, and after that, like we had the bottle in 1942. You see, we always got bottles, and it got me into like the emotional side of me, looking at my son sick. Like, damn, what if something happened? How much it would affect me, because it would kill me. To imagine that my son got sick and he passed. I hate saying it even. And he wasn't around. I wouldn't want to be here. If I lost my son, I wouldn't want to be here. And right after the Charleston. Go ahead.
It's crazy you saying that because my big brother just lost his child.
Gillie.
Yeah.
That's why I'm saying it.
And Cheese was my little homie.
Oh shit.
Cheese was a good little nigga.
That's what I found out when I was worried about it. The episode ended. I got a bunch of text messages. I never met him personally. I just know we're in the same industry right now. Yeah. And it's somebody I look up to. Yeah. And that shit just wiped me out.
It's a lot.
Scary.
It's a lot, bro, because it's like I was telling my homies yesterday, I had dropped my son off at school, and I was like, it's one thing to lose a parent. It's a whole nother thing to like lose the kid you're responsible for. Sure. So it's one thing for like me to lose my mom. It's a whole nother thing for my mom to lose me. That's a different feeling. So it's like, that's some shit, bro, I don't think like none of us ever want to experience. Like I don't ever want to experience that shit.
You don't
Literally never.
Like, I don't never want to experience that shit.
I was sitting there thinking about it like I just know I wouldn't want to be here. I can't imagine.
That's a lot.
Yeah, and
that's a lot.
And
like I literally,
you know, so many people are looking to him. They can't wait to hear him speak, and I can't.
I know.
The only thing for me I could think about, I can't wait for him to find his peace.
I think Gil found his peace. I think Gil found his peace. I know Gil, and how could I say this? Shit, you got me crying because Cheese was my little nigga.
God rest the dead, man.
I know Gil, and I know where Gil come from, and I know where Gil going. And this is just a hurdle in the road. Yeah. This is just a hurdle in the road. I know Gil. Yeah. This is just a hurdle in the road.
And I feel like I'm that type of individual, right? Like everybody always expects me to truck through.
Yeah.
You know, and I do. I just felt that pain that day. That obviously you know Cheese, so it's even different for you. But man,
it's a lot, bro. Yeah. It's a lot, especially when it's like, especially when you know Cheese and you know he didn't do nothing to deserve that. You know what I mean? Every young nigga be outside, moving around, doing their thing, hanging with certain people, doing what they do. But Cheese, from the Cheese I know, the Cheese I hung around with, the Cheese I seen with his dad, the Cheese I see in the studio, the Cheese I see in LA just enjoying himself, Cheese ain't hurt nobody. Cheese ain't do nothing to nobody. And I think, you know, it just was one of them situations where he may have, you know, just been at the wrong place at the wrong time.
Yeah. I feel that about Gillie. I don't think Gillie, because you could tell he's a father.
Definitely. And he
love
love his kids.
Motivation.
He love his kids. Gillie go to the end for them kids. Like he goes to the, like if you see the last post on his story, he's with his son going in the fucking power, going to the radio to fucking do Gillie Fest. He's always with his kids. It's not like Gil, one of them niggas that's like, I don't be around my son, like I don't fuck with my kids. Like he's always with his kids. His kids is always with him. He's always looking out for his kids. So it's like that's just an unfortunate situation where and Cheese is like a young nigga that fuck with the community. He don't turn nobody down. He fuck with everybody. You know what I mean? So
it's tough.
Yeah.
It could have been the smallest thing, but it's like I don't believe that was directed
towards him.
And
that's the unfortunate
I don't believe
situation. There was a shooting out here I spoke about in the last episode on Hollywood Beach. And these kids just don't know no better now.
Mm.
And there was a 1-year-old that ended up getting a stray bullet. I think he lived. But it's like, man,
It sucks, bro.
It doesn't need to be like that.
It don't gotta be that way.
It's usually beef about the situation where it's usually over a girl or some shit like that. It's not.
My thing just be a conversation could be had. It's not that serious. It's never that serious for somebody to lose their life unless it's that serious.
Yeah. And it has to be somebody doing some ignorant shit that how the fuck did they get to that space anyways?
Exactly.
You know, to like you mentioned, like if somebody killed a sibling or one of your parents, that's
different because now you in a space of just revenge and fuck it. You know what I mean? So people can't blame you for retaliating out of delusion. Like you mad. You know what I mean? Like somebody did something to your own. But come on, bro, a nigga hit your car.
yeah.
You know what I'm saying? A nigga like cut you off in line. But a lot of that shit be built up trauma. Yep. A lot of it be shit that happened throughout the week. Motherfucker girl been cheating on him. You know what I'm saying? He done got punched by a nigga. A girl done told him, oh, you didn't talk to that nigga like that. Woo, 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 woo. Then he run into you at the gas station and then you done said something. Now you the one he gonna take it out on. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? It's just, it should be pointless, bro.
And the dope shit of it is, not even that it's dope, but like the real shit of it is I know that when Gillie does speak, the type of person, the type of individual he is, and this is why I look up to him so much and I look up to Wallow so much, is I know it's going to change the world.
Oh, definitely.
I know it.
1000%.
There's no doubt about it. I know it's going to change the world.
Look at what he said 3 days before.
What?
Go look at his post 4 days before. He was speaking to these situations.
The July 4th, right?
He was speaking to these. He was speaking to these situations, bro. Yeah. He was speaking to this. Like, it just sucks, bro. It's an unfortunate situation, man. Rest in peace to YNG Cheese, young legend. You know, young Philly rapper doing his thing, coming up, man. Shout out to Mac and Cheese. Shout out to Wallow and Gillie. Shout out to the whole $1 million worth of game staff, team, everybody.
Especially right now.
Yo, by the way, if you're watching, I got Landon sending me the reminders. Make sure you hit that like and subscribe button. Make sure you share it. The type of conversation we like to have at the Danza Project is real life. I don't like doing. A lot of people hate us for it because we don't like the clickbait. I don't care about the clickbait. I care about the real life. You know what I mean? And again, I'm fortunate enough to be able to have lived a life where I run a successful business, and Kris runs a successful business, and I want the YouTube money. You know what I mean? But I don't care about the YouTube money. I don't care about.
Bro, that shit gonna come. Do this shit for the love.
Yeah.
Do this shit for the passion and do it because it's needed.
Hey.
Period.
Absolutely.
Everything else gonna come, bro. Yeah. Everything else gonna come. You seem like a very good person.
I appreciate that.
Every time I'm talking, you seem like you thinking about the shit I'm saying.
Hell yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, which means, like, I know you feel it. I know where you coming from, and I know your heart as a person. I can see your energy, bro. I feel it. You feel me?
Appreciate that.
Just stay on it. Stay on it and don't give up, and don't let society make you feel like you gotta conform to the shit that they want you to be.
Yeah.
Keep doing your shit the way you do it. Keep running it the way you running it, and you gonna succeed.
Appreciate
you already succeeded.
Hello.
If I got Symba in the building, I definitely feel like I'm succeeding. I ain't gonna lie.
No.
Go ahead.
You had Jim Jones in the building.
Absolutely.
Before I even came here, like, you've had people in the building, bro.
For sure.
You know what I'm saying? Like, you already succeeded. Don't stop is what I'm saying.
Yeah. It is tough.
It's very tough.
You know, it's tough like when you're running the business. Because as an artist, you're the business. Mm-hmm. I'm not a businessman. I'm a businessman.
Let me handle my business. Damn. Yeah.
And you do, like, your booking agent, you got to keep putting out fire tracks. You got to keep putting out great content. If you're not putting that out, then your booking agent don't got a job. Your manager don't got a job.
Facts.
You know what I mean? The people that are helping you out all around that atmosphere, they don't have a job. So you gotta keep doing it. And in the times where it does get tough, somehow you have to find it in you.
You got to. And you can't get mad at, like, people having a job around you. Like the same way that I wanted to be a rapper was the same way somebody wanted to be a producer. Mm. Yep. Or the same way somebody wanted to be a lawyer or a manager. Right? It just so happens as the artist, sometimes you fall on the short end of the stick of the shit because a lot of the shit is designed around you. Yeah. Which is cool once you understand it, right? The hard part about it is understanding the people to place around you that deserve it. So not just placing somebody as the manager because they worked with fucking Chingy 20 years ago. You know what I'm saying? Or this person, or they did styling for fucking Jeremiah when he dropped Birthday Sex. Or, like, none of that shit fucking matters. Who actually want to be here for me? Who actually wants to see me win? Who want to see me go to the next level? So I could be like, okay, this what we doing as a unit. So I'm going to give my all to this shit. You give your all to your part. You give your all to your part, and we going to hit our target as a whole, and everybody going to be happy as one. But when you doing it with motherfuckers that you know is like, oh, this motherfucker only fucking with me because he got paid $8,500 for this beat. This person only fucking with me because it starts becoming like it wears you down.
Yeah, absolutely.
Right.
It's like, who the fuck do I trust?
Yeah, foot in, foot out.
I gotta lie to everybody to see who gonna tell me the truth.
Yeah. That's
Damn.
tough. That's tough.
Like that's the part niggas don't get.
That's tough.
I gotta lie to everybody to see who's gonna tell me the truth. And then by the time they didn't tell me the truth, they didn't lie to me so much I don't trust their truth.
It's tough.
It's the sickest shit ever.
How has it been for you building your team? Have you had to go through
It's
a
hard.
bunch of different people?
It's hard. It's been very hard for me because I think the thing with me is I have a very like strong personality to where I'm able to get myself in rooms that most people money is supposed to get me in. Or most people's relationships was supposed to get me in, but I kind of got in there myself. So a lot of people have entitlement to shit that they didn't introduce. So what I've learned is to find the people, like everybody in here, right here, like these is damn near either somebody I've known since 2014, and if I haven't known them, they here with somebody that know them that I've known since 2014. Because it's
Shout
gotten
out to y'all.
like, nah, for real, because it's gotten to a point to where it's just like, damn, it's like you don't even know who to
Who
trust.
can you trust? Yeah.
You don't know who to trust, so you only know how to go back to the beginning.
Right.
You only know how to go back to where it's just like, okay, let me go to him because bro knew me when I had $12 in my pocket. Let me go back to this person because, you know what I mean, they knew everything, so it's like they not gonna hold my vulnerability against me.
No hidden agendas.
It ain't no fucking, I'm here for an opportunity. Nah, nigga, I been knowing you before any motherfucker wanted to give you an opportunity. Nigga, I just want to see you win. You know what I mean? But in the process of that, sometimes you meet people who you feel can take you to a next level, and then you intertwine the two.
Yeah.
And then shit start getting confusing. So it's just learning how to separate them all.
Yeah. And another thing too, once you get to a certain level,
By the way, real quick, y'all keep going. I'm gonna go kiss my son real quick because that
do
shit
that.
Yeah,
got me.
go
you should
motion.
bring him in here.
I am gonna bring him.
Go
in
bring
here,
him in
guys.
here, man. Bring him in here.
bring him to
Y'all got
meet young Sylvia. Hello.
Emotions real quick.
Bring him in here.
I was just gonna say one thing about it, especially the busier you get, the higher you go.
Definitely.
The more things you get your hands into.
Definitely.
You got, because things aren't always gonna go as planned. You gotta have the pivot foot.
1,000.
You gotta be able to say, okay, well, this is the decisions that we made based on the information that we had at this time.
Yeah.
Now we got new information. What are we gonna do about it?
Yeah.
Rather than just being a victim and staying stagnant and getting stuck essentially,
Exactly.
and not having any type of solution. And when you're a leader, when you're responsible for a bunch of people's well-being and their livelihoods, you gotta have that pivot foot.
1,000.
You got to.
1,000.
You can't be stuck.
Nah, I agree.
If
I agree.
if Symba didn't just do rap, what else would you do? You said lawyer.
You know, one of my dreams that I really like wish to like go fulfill one day, bro. I feel like because I was so young and impatient and like I didn't really like I was talking about earlier, like slowing life down for my son.
Yeah.
I feel like because I didn't really have nobody to slow life down for me, I wasn't able to kind of like look all the way into this. And I never really said this, but one thing that I really want to do, I really, as a kid, used to want to be an architect.
Okay.
Like, I'm really into, like, the way shit be designed. Like, I be on the airplane all the time. Like, who the fuck put these seats this close together? Like, it's another way to go about this shit.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just, like, little ingenuity shit that I be seeing and where it's like, damn, I feel like I would have had a better idea for that. So that's something, if I wasn't rapping, I feel like I would be into 1,000%. It's like architecture
Engineering,
or probably managing.
managing artists.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because I feel like I have enough information to give artists to help them at least get on like the path of trying to get it right or figuring it out versus like going a completely different way.
Right. That's actually a good sign. Historically, it's a sign of greatness too, because something that you see like in the fight culture, you know, if it's MMA or boxing, you know, they ask folks the similar type of question: what would you be doing if not this, or what do you plan on doing after this? And when they say, "I'm going into coaching, I'm going into management, I'm going into promotion," it shows that you have a better oversight of the bigger
There
picture.
he goes.
There he is.
There he goes.
JR.
What's
Hello.
up, champ?
Hello.
He like, man, what the
All
hell
these
is
lights.
going on?
What's up?
Champ, what's up?
What's up? We see you.
Hey, yo, I'm going to tell you this, champ. You can't deny him, boy. That boy got your hairline and everything.
Everybody says he got my hairline.
God. He got your ears, everything.
Carbon copy, bro.
What's up, champ? What's up,
There it
man?
is.
Yeah. See, come here.
You good?
I got you.
Hey.
Say what's
up?
up.
What's
Say
up,
what's up
boy?
to the people. Say what's up.
Now, he knows the mics now.
Say what's up.
Ba, 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 da, 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 da.
Mic check.
You like, man, I don't know what y'all got me doing.
With all these lights, I was just
Say,
sleeping.
say, yo, yo, yo.
Really frozen.
What's up, Bobby?
Da, 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 da.
Say, I ain't rocking with y'all, man. Say, yo, yo, yo.
No, this a lot. This a lot. It's like, oh, it's a lot of people in here.
Nah, that's what's up, man.
Yeah, that's a blessing. Y'all looking at a blessing right here. All right.
I needed that moment. Sorry about that, but
I think we did.
Make some
good.
noise for my mans with his son, man. Make some noise for my mans with his son.
Shout
Right
out to
there.
all the fathers out there.
Yeah.
Come on.
that's why I got it close to home. You know what I mean? Like that shit is so important to me. To know that there's so many people that don't get the opportunity to be close to their son. I'm like, this shit has to happen right next to my son.
Bro, it's definitely important, bro. Think about all the kids, bro, that just grow up resenting their dad. Just mad that they never met him or, you know what I mean? Like, that shit is important just for them to see. They may not even understand it. Like, they just see, like, you in this element. Like, oh, that's my dad. Like, boom. So they get used to seeing you in an element to where it's like lights and cameras and all these things. So by the time they grow up, the shit other people show them, it ain't impressive.
Yeah.
It's like, bro, my dad be on camera. Boy, I don't want to see no goddamn gun.
I'm daddy.
You know what I'm saying? Like that's
Big
dope.
Cuban.
Yeah, I appreciate
that's
that.
my Cuban.
Yeah, that's dope.
It is. You see that? I got two pieces. That's it.
Yeah,
My first son. You feel me? That's my first son, my dog,
yeah.
and that passed away.
What kind of dog was it?
Pit.
Oh man, I got a dog right now. I'm scared he closing out on me.
How old?
How old is Max? 9. He's a bulldog.
He's got bulldog in his blood. My dog. Yo. Ooh, let me tell you something. I couldn't eat for like a month.
Yeah, that was a rough one.
Bruh.
It was
That was a rough one.
terrible.
I remember watching you go through that.
It was terrible.
It be so crazy because it's like she be on some shit where he'd jump on the couch. She be like, get off the couch.
Yeah.
I be like,
That's his couch.
man, we might need to just let him be on the couch right now. You know, we don't know how much longer he gonna be able to get on the couch.
That's
Do
true.
me a favor, please let him on the couch. You're gonna regret it when he's not on the couch. I'm telling you right now, you're gonna regret it when he's not on the couch.
I already
I got
know that.
another
I've been
one.
thinking about that. I'm like, damn, when he Gone, I'ma miss his little stinking ass. As much as he get on my nerves, he be eating fucking everything. I'm like, I'ma miss his little stinking ass when he check out.
That shit was, and I knew it was gonna be tough.
Yeah.
But man, did it kill me. Like, that was my boy. Anywhere I traveled to, from Buffalo to Virginia, when I went out to Israel, I was living out in Israel for a little bit, and my sister had my dog. Like, I was mad. My boy took him for a little bit, for like 3 months. And my boy, like, this is like my brother. And he was like, I'll never forget this shit. We're eating. We went out the night drinking and shit. And we're eating because I couldn't have a dog at the house I was living in. You know, the broke life. And he was like, it's my dog now. Oh my God. He was driving.
I'm on my way.
I reached over. I was like, we're both gonna die now. I started choking him. I'm like, we're both gonna die now. I said, that's my dog. Don't you ever say that shit to me. He said, the fuck is wrong with you? He stopped the car. And I'm like, that's my dog. And I got my dog back eventually. It's funny. It's a funny story too that I gotta tell. I love you, Ian. I appreciate everything you've ever done for me. But I was able to take my son on certain days when I was able to sneak him through. Yeah. You know what I mean? To get him in my house. And I had him a day. The next day, he goes back with my boy, and he gets into a fight. It's a pit with another dog. And my boy calls me. He's like, I know what you did. Swear to God. He's like, I know what you did. You're not getting him back. And I'm like, what the fuck are you talking about? He hangs up on me. And I'm like, the fuck did I do? So I call him back, and he's not answering. I keep calling. I know you told him to fight my neighbor's dog. That's what he says to me. He's like, he fucked my neighbor's dog up, and the neighbor's dog is missing. He ran away. He's in the woods somewhere. I know what the fuck you did. You told him to do that. And I was like, yo, I told you his knees were fucked up because of the playing outside too much, like doing too much. What happened? He's like, fuck you. I know what you did. He loves my kids. You're not getting him back. Yeah. And I got him back because of that. You know what I mean? And because
dogs is different, bro. Dogs really be like your first child.
Hell yeah.
They really be like your first child. My mom just lost her dog a few months back, Sparky. Rest in peace to Sparky.
Rest in peace, Sparky.
We had Sparky since I was in high school. And it was crazy because it was like, he was one of them dogs that was like, I felt like Sparky wanted you to know he was dying.
Hold on.
You're like, give me a treat.
Like, he wanted you to know, like, I'm checking out. Like,
what kind of dog? Little dog? It sounds like a little dog.
Like, look, my left foot going out. Like, look, my right arm going out. Like, I'm checking out. Like, Sparky. He was kind of letting you know, versus one of my friends who just had a dog that passed, literally just passed in the heat.
Oh, shit.
They was in the heat all day, and they had a heat stroke. So he had walked in the backyard, and she was just laid out in the grass, and it was his mom's dog, actually. And he had walked in the backyard, and it was crazy because he just got a new dog 2 days before that. Got a new dog 2 days before that. Put the old dog in the backyard or whatever, and then
to
literally
protect the young dog.
And the fucking dog had a heat stroke and died.
No.
And he walked in and just seen it laid out. He was like, the minute he seen it laid out, he knew something was wrong. Yeah. But Sparky, my mom's dog, that nigga went slowly but surely. He was like, nigga,
I'm still here.
I'm still here. Like, I'm still kicking, like, till y'all know. Like, he went out like a G.
The top
for sure,
G.
For sure. The top G.
Top G have anything to do with the top G?
You know what's crazy? The original name of the song was Andrew Tate.
Oh, damn.
That was the original name of the song.
Tough.
And then the situation happened.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
The situation happened. I was like, you know what?
Say a whole lot less.
Yeah.
I can't name it that. But so
it was a good compromise.
I was like, what's the pivot?
Right. Here we go.
Top G.
Top G.
Rightfully so.
Top G.
So it makes sense.
Because the whole song
makes sense then.
The whole song was about saying what's not. It's like saying the unpopular opinion.
The shit that's gonna.
It's like saying the shit people don't want to hear. Your friends don't want to hear. Your family don't want to hear. Like, all the people who close to you, it's like saying this shit they don't want to hear. That's what he represents.
Yep.
So literally, like, I was watching a bunch of his fucking YouTube shorts one night. I was like,
You got a lot of good ones, I ain't gonna lie.
and then C-Note sent me the beat. I just went there and said a bunch of shit I knew people wouldn't want to hear.
But everybody wanted to hear it.
No, definitely.
Yeah,
As
I
far
mean-
as listening to the music, I'm talking about the perspective behind the song.
Absolutely.
Most
And
people don't wanna
that's
hear that.
why it's a breath of fresh air.
It's shit people scared to say.
Because and that was Nip. That was Tupac.
Yeah,
You know, that is Jay-Z.
yeah.
Like, you say what's on your fucking mind.
You got to.
Not what's on not what's on everybody else's mind, or not what every other hip hop artist is like, oh, if I say this will be fine.
That's what's missing today. Everybody is either like politically correct or just politically incorrect. Like, they either just go all the way too far, like, my booty hole brown.
Come on.
Or just be like, or just be like the most politically correct shit ever. So it's like, for me, I'm like, we find somewhere in the middle where we all could get along.
Absolutely. Do you feel like there's an obligation for you to, you know, like, because talking about my booty hole brown, Sexy Red did that. She went to the school.
Shout out to Sexy Red, by the way.
And they torched her for performing in the school.
Yeah.
And do you feel like there's an obligation for you to speak to the youth?
Yeah, all the time. That's why I speak to them as much as I can. That's why I speak to them as much as I can. Like I just told you, I just literally was at a school 2 days ago. I'm getting ready to go to another school in 2 weeks in Atlanta.
It means a lot.
Yeah, anytime I could speak to them, and I don't just say that shit just to say it. I feel like a lot of people be saying that shit and just kind of trying to represent it just because it looks good. I really mean it because I know what it feels like to be the kid that wants the information. So I don't just do it because it's like, oh, it looks cool, or you know what I mean? I know what it's like to be that kid that want that information to be able to go apply it and get it right. And I don't mind being the person that can help give them that information.
I'm grateful to be a recipient. I got asthma, and I battled with asthma my entire life, my youth especially. I don't know if you know, any of y'all know who Jackie Joyner Kersey is?
Yeah,
Jackie Joyner Kersey battled with asthma.
yeah.
She went to my school.
Damn.
You know what I mean? Like, I'm from Buffalo, New York, and the east side of Buffalo, New York, same place Conway, Benny, West Side Gunner are from. I think West Side might be from the West Side.
Yeah.
But,
The Bills just cut Tywan Jones. They made a horrible mistake.
ooh.
Here we go.
Can't let you slander the Buffalo Bills. They probably made the right decision. Nah, I feel you, though. I be getting emotional about them letting go of certain players and shit like that. Tywan Jones is a staple over there.
Yeah.
But Jackie Joyner Kersey came to the school, and she spoke about asthma. I was able to defeat asthma because of her.
Wow.
Because she's an Olympic athlete, and she's talking about, like, breathing and patience and relaxing.
Wow.
And like that, for me, I'm like, it actually changed my life because I battled with it to the point where I was in the hospital all the time as a kid.
Mm-hmm.
I won't lie. Sorry, Mom, but some of the times were fabricated. I'm like, I could get a day off school. You know what I mean? Like,
Shit, we all did that.
yeah. So like,
Everybody played
know what I mean?
sick before.
and but it really actually helped me escape it.
Yeah.
And as a child, a lot of people don't understand the significance of having somebody that you look up to. I'll never forget the probably the worst moment of my life. Again, I'm speaking to Mom. Shit hurts to speak about. She brought a Bills player that she reached out to bring a Bills player to the school, and then she was like speaking about him, and I'm like, he's probably a loser. I never heard of him.
Yeah.
Because I knew about the players. I knew he's like a backup of a backup.
Yeah.
I'm like, loser, don't bring him to the school. And she made it happen. And I wasn't excited about it. I was pissed. like you brought a loser. You know what I mean? Like it's not even popular. It was just loser. And at that time I didn't understand it.
Yeah.
And it killed her because I saw it. You know what I mean? Like killed her.
Yeah.
Because she raised 5 of us.
Yeah.
And I was like, God damn, like the pain years later that shit caused me. My mom is always like, oh, you know, she always talks to me and is like, I feel like, was I not there for you enough? But she was. She's the rock. She's the reason I'm the man I am today.
Yeah.
But those moments that I rejected her, those moments where I'm like, oh, Dad's not here because you and him argued. That's why he didn't take me to the park today. But I remember all the times my dad picked me up and left me in the car while he was playing dominoes and fucking other bitches. You know what I'm saying? And I used to go home and tell my mom, like, oh, yeah, he was with blah, blah, blah. You know what I mean?
At least you got the memories of your dad lying to you. Like, I wish I had those.
Yeah. Dude, so that is something I was thinking about. Did it hurt you more?
I don't know if it hurt me more versus it like.
You understand why she did it?
What you mean?
He was at work?
No. I don't understand that. Because I would have accepted it a lot more just telling me you was in jail. Like, I would have respected it a lot more.
Was that his decision or hers?
I don't know.
You don't have your parents?
I don't know. But that's what I'm saying. That's things that.
Are they gone?
No. My dad's gone, but my mom's not. But who's to say my dad and mom didn't have a conversation about things they didn't want me to know?
Correct. Yeah. That's where it gets real.
You know what I mean? So it's like, that's why I say it's tricky, because it's like you don't know, and you don't even know the questions to ask. Even if the questions you want to ask is the questions you want to know. You don't know how to ask because you don't know if you're getting the right answer or the answer that was told to tell you. So for me, I'd just rather not know.
Right. Or else you're forced to assume.
Exactly.
How you supposed to think. Yeah.
I just rather not know. That's the tricky part. Like, it be so many times, bro, like, I be doing shit, and I be like, damn, I wish I could just call my dad and be like, hey, Pops, how did you deal with this? Or like, you know what I mean? Like, what was this like? And it's like, I can't. And that's okay. It wasn't meant for me to do that. It was meant for me to figure it out. Life wasn't meant for me to have guidance.
That's what I was going to ask you about. So, growing up, my pops was around. My parents were together until I was about 9 years old, and then they split. At that point, I barely saw my dad.
Yeah.
Still here. Just don't see him, don't hear him, I got my own questions, right? But there's times where you do seek counsel. You wish you had somebody to kind of give you that leg up, that, hey, son, try it like this.
Yeah.
Or stop doing that.
Yeah.
Right? But if you don't have that resource, okay, no problem. Naturally, you'll tend to get it from somewhere else.
Exactly.
Where did those father figure or that man influence where'd that really come from you in place of
Jay-Z?
Pops? The music or the man?
Rappers. That's why I wanted to be one. I looked up to rappers because they taught me more than my dad could. Jay-Z taught me more about being a man than my mom could. And that's no offense to my mom. My mom was the greatest ever. And my mom could teach me how to be a person. But as far as being a man, it's like, bro, it take a guy to teach you how to do that. I didn't have that. For me, that was rappers and athletes and different things I look up to. So I had to realize over time, like, damn, as much as I look up to these niggas, I'm making they mistakes as well.
Funny how that work.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like it all comes with it. But it, like I said, it's no dad there to tell me, hey son, you doing this wrong. You doing that wrong. Or you doing this wrong.
Right.
So but because of that, cool.
It definitely makes you
figure it out.
A more resilient person, a tougher person.
It definitely make you tougher, but it definitely make you more acceptant to like understanding things and like hearing people out. It don't necessarily make you sold on your own opinion. Because you know your opinion is your opinion. And it ain't been fact checked by somebody that's older.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Or somebody that's been through it. So you look for those people who could kind of tell you like, okay, boom, nah, this wrong, this wrong, this wrong, this wrong. So as you listen to music or get around people, you figure that out.
Yeah. I relate to that heavily. I definitely found a lot of influence through movies and music because what I did prior to that, I relied on my friends. Because I didn't feel like I had the family I wanted, I treated my family like friends.
Yeah.
So I was calling people my brother who wasn't my brother. I held you on a certain regard, but it wasn't reciprocated.
See, the problem I had, which is probably probably shouldn't say this, but fuck it.
There's 3 of those instances in this interview.
Besides 2 or maybe 3, I'm not gonna say the names. I was always smarter than my friends. So the shit that like my friends would tell me, to me, a lot of times would just sound like an excuse of why they couldn't reach their potential. I never used my dad as a reason to not help me become the best rapper I could be. That has nothing to do with what I want in life. Right. Like, my pops decided to make a decision that put him in prison. That ain't got nothing to do with how good I want to be as a rapper. It may affect it, but I'm not going to let it stop me. Right. And I feel like sometimes a lot of, like, friends I grew up with, they let certain shit in life stop them from becoming what it was they truly wanted to be because they looked for sympathy from the person that they wanted to be a part of it. I never cared.
Right.
I just had to get there because I knew my mama needed it and my little brother needed it and my auntie needed it and whoever I was around. So it was like any opportunity that I could make happen to make their life easier, shit, nigga, I go to China
right
tomorrow.
Right. You actually nailed it. A reoccurring theme, something that we talk about, and it keeps popping up again. The difference between excuses versus reasons. Because you said an excuse, okay, I ain't trying to hear that. But if I had a reason, it's different. I can accept the reason. Don't give me no excuses.
1,000%.
You know what I'm saying? It's interesting that you literally broke it down just like that.
1,000%. That's crazy.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
I'm gonna show you some dope shit. Look at that my mom sent me.
Ty, you gotta send me that.
What's that?
You gotta send me that.
Oh yeah, that's tough.
Yeah,
that's tough.
That's your youngin', man.
Yeah. Everybody's like, yo, he was sitting with a legend. You know what I mean? Sitting with a legend. Yo, that's the dopest part you ever did in the podcast.
But that's what makes you a legend to him. You know what I'm saying? So it's like I always be like doing shit. Like last week I went to Mike Tyson's podcast, and it was a must to me that I took a picture with me, him, and my son. The same way it was a must that I took a picture with me, my son, and Jamie Foxx when we was at a softball game a few years ago.
The clone or the real Jamie Foxx?
Nah,
Stop that.
I just hate the people that do the clone shit that I always got to throw shots at them.
Nah, it's certain people that I want my son to take a picture with me, so as he get older, he realized, damn, my daddy knew them.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
That's the fly shit.
Like,
Tyson.
nigga, Jamie Foxx is next level.
For sure.
Dave Chappelle is next level. Mike Tyson is next level. These is people who changed culture.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So for my son to have that picture as a baby, that's gonna make him see at 7 years old, nigga, I know Mike Tyson. I don't care about hanging with you, nigga. You know what I'm saying? I don't care about playing on the court with you, nigga. I know LeBron. I got pictures with KD.
Yep.
Now I need that from you. I need the Jamie Foxx plug because God damn.
Yeah.
Shout out to Jamie too, man.
I'm so
that,
glad he is functional.
Definitely.
Jamie Foxx is like the Jamie Foxx show. Growing up, Martin,
bro,
Jamie
deeper.
Foxx.
I'm gonna tell y'all something.
Now.
I'm gonna tell y'all something deeper than that. A lot of people don't know. For a lot of up and coming artists, Jamie Foxx plays a big role in our career. A lot of people don't know this. A lot of people that move to LA and get their start and people start recognizing them, Jamie Foxx allows us to come to his house and record music in his house. So there's a lot of people who we feel like don't fuck with us or don't accept us. And when Jamie Foxx allows somebody like me or even Kanye West to come in his house and record music, it gives us validation that somebody fucks with us that's on that level.
Confirmation.
That's not every day that you see that. He's did it for me. He's did it for numerous people. Numerous people that's taken off and became stars. So shout out to him because I'm so glad that he made it through that situation because he's somebody that deserves all his flowers.
Renaissance
and
man.
everything that comes to him because he do so much for people that goes unnoticed. So much.
Those
for
are the
people.
greatest.
So much. I love him. That's my dog.
Those are the greatest. Jamie Foxx.
Definitely.
And the movie is dope. The movie is dope.
Definitely.
Y'all ain't checked it.
Tyrone.
Clone Tyrone.
You know what I mean? Jamie Foxx is a legend. People don't get it. In the Jamie Foxx show, he was singing.
Singing.
He was dropping bars every time. But yeah, man, it's been an honor to have you up here now.
Absolutely.
I don't know whether we do this live or we do this off air, but we definitely need a Symba verse.
Hello.
Oh, man.
I don't know. I feel like it's not something that I want to give away for free, though.
I see.
That's not something that you could just give away for free.
Especially after this emotional roller coaster we just went on. Oh, man.
It is. It's tough. But a couple questions I want to ask you before you leave is we started off. I think we
Bars is back in the booth. Goodness gracious.
we
Chalk
rose into
smoke.
fame.
Chalk smoke in the air. Witness this greatness. Used to live in Vegas, baby mama waitress. Now they can't keep it calm when I come to common places. I gotta change what we believe, that shit a must. Cause them niggas overseas way more fucked up than us. While y'all slanging all these hammers, flexing on all these cameras, that's voluntary confinement. You locked yourself in the slammer. Every boonk nigga eventually John Gabbana's, but y'all pay to sip them fannas. Don't y'all niggas owe y'all grandmas? This for them niggas getting to it. I'm popping outside, nigga, what we doing? Most you niggas stiff, nigga. Get up and get to it. I'm focused on Pilates now. I'm working on my movement.
Hello.
My competition don't want confrontation. I fight the trap, reciting raps to crack the combination. This all a confirmation. God blessed us from the curb to the burbs. I'm in this years getting slurred on the Danza Project, you heard?
My guy.
Hello.
Come on, man.
I greatly appreciate
My
you coming
boy,
up
do that
here.
again, my bad.
Yeah, I know. I understand these fucking mics get in the way some goddamn
bad.
time. But goddamn, Symba,
Tough.
episode 128 episodes.
Hey, just make sure y'all make it to 228, man.
Hell yeah. I'm gonna stay consistent. I'm gonna stay
Please
riding.
do.
That's it.
Please do. Keep it consistent, man. Keep it going, man. Understand that everybody is waiting to give up. It's only people that's willing to take time to stay consistent.
Yeah, I do this for everybody sitting in them seats.
Yeah.
For the people that are watching. And for
But most importantly, do it for that little boy.
this little guy right here.
That little boy right
You know
there.
what I'm saying?
That's who we do it for, whether they know it or they don't know it. That's what we wake up for. That's what we do these podcasts for. That's what we do shows for. That's what we do interviews for, to let them know it's bigger than what we around.
Hell yeah.
This whole setup, everything that you present and everything that you putting in play for him is something you'll understand later, something he could look back on. So be thankful for yourself, bro.
Hey.
Don't be so hard on yourself. You know what I mean? Don't feel like you're not doing enough. I know how that shit feel. I go through it myself. understand, bro, you doing it the right way. Doing what you're supposed to do. You making your family proud. You making your child proud. You making everybody that's in this room and that's a part of this podcast proud, bro. Thanks. And I appreciate you for inviting me here. I appreciate you for what you mean to the culture. I appreciate you for what you mean to the city of Miami, because this is a staple in hip-hop. There's nothing without hip-hop. Hey. Miami has been the staple. Atlanta has been the staple. New York has been the staple. California has been the staple of hip-hop music, bro, for the last 50 years. We're in the 50th year of hip-hop.
Come on.
These cities I just named played the most predominant part in this thing becoming something, bro. So for you having this podcast, for DJ Khaled, for Cool and Dre, for Trick Daddy, for all the Zoes, all the Zoe Pounds, everybody out here, you know what I'm saying?
Hey.
We kept this shit going. We kept this shit going, bro, and I appreciate you, man, and thank you for having me.
We got to get a part 2 soon. This
Easy call. Come on, we locked in, bro.
My man.
Come on.
Again.
We got to do part 2 in Cali, though.
I'm with it.
Come on.
We'll fly out.
We'll come to the
I'm going to bring y'all to the Bay next time.
We'll come to the West Side.
This is episode 128 of the Danza Project. We got Symba in the building. Just make sure you hit that like, subscribe, and press share. Go ahead, land in Orlando. Cut us off. Let's get off air.
Let's get it.